Welcome to the SASO University live group coaching call. Today is September 7th, 2023. Today is going to be a pretty fun one. What we're going to cover is going to be essentially the roadmap to reaching a million in AYR, which is annual recurring revenue, so ARR. What we're going to be doing on the call is we're going to be covering start to finish, the exact steps that we'll need to take. And then we'll be seeing if people have specific questions on that process or any questions from the previous couple of weeks. If you're watching the recording on YouTube, you can always join SASO University. Just click the link in the bio and go through the funnel there where you can join. So go ahead and put that at the bottom where you can see it. For everybody within SASO University, we have 4 trainings that just dropped in the past 48 hours. So the trainings that we have dropped are all focused on content post-production. Essentially, what you're going to see if you look in the training is going to be a new category. The category is going to be focused on, again, content post-production. So let me go ahead and pull that up and share that with everybody. I want to make sure that you guys are fully aware of those resources. If you don't have access, go ahead and DM me. Basically, what we'll do is we'll make sure that you are signed up as either affiliate or paying directly through the Stripe link. And then from there, you'll be able to gain access if you don't already have it. So let me go ahead and share my screen very quickly, and I'll show you where the courses are. Go ahead and share that. Awesome. So this is the back end of the university. So essentially, if you look on the left-hand side, we can go ahead and collapse the 7-step $0 client acquisition model. If you open Get Organized, you're going to see the intro to ClickUp training that was dropped last week. So it's just going to show you how to jump into ClickUp and how to start playing around there. If we go here, this is going to be the video podcast post-production to dominate social media. So this is going to be the one where we have 4 trainings that were dropped. So, or you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. This first one's just an intro. So if I click here, basically you're going to see the intro, the full view. This training was dropped a little bit ago, so you may have already seen it, but you're going to see the full plan of what we're going to do with social media. So what I mean when I say that is it basically gives you the start to finish view. So how we do the podcast interviews, how we set it up, how we price it, the software we use, how we schedule it out, all that stuff. Then the trainings go into the how to. So if we look here, we're going to see how to use Squadcast for your virtual video podcast studio. So it just shows you how to reach it from your Descript account, because again, it's all free with Descript, which is only $30 a month, which is nuts. Then we go into the first training. So basically, once you upload your first video, how to take that transcript, throw it into an AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude. Claude is going to be free with a certain amount of usage, even with the PDF or large text file uploads. And then how to essentially post produce content. So you learn how to post produce blogs, how to post produce YouTube titles, descriptions, keywords, how to post produce Twitter threads, Facebook posts, and my personal favorite, how to pull exact quotes. And then in the next training, what you're going to do, so you basically ask Chat or Claude, hey, based off this transcript, pull 5 to 10 exact quotes of scenes you think could go viral on TikTok or Instagram Reels. And so what happens is in the next training, you basically use those quotes, those direct quotes it gave you, and I show you how to quickly, I'm talking like highlight, you basically highlight the text, click one button, and it puts it into its own scene. So I'm going to show you how to go through in this training. You learn how to go through, pull all of your scenes really quickly. I show you how to edit one video, save that template, and then apply it to all the others in 2 clicks. You click the template and change the ratio. I show you how to do all of that in this training. And then in this training, I show you how to add little emojis, stickers, GIFs, audio, sound effects, and then also just background music. And then, of course, exporting is really simple. So the next training that will come out will be on Social Bee, how to upload those, the benefits of using Social Bee, and all of that stuff. But those 4 trainings, and then you have the overview, so you can get the full image, the full idea. You can always research on your own. There's going to be trainings online that will give more context. But again, the goal of what I'm trying to create here is essentially I want to start off every section with a hey, here's what we're going to do. And then every subsequent training within that category is going to show you step by step how to do it. And then it's up to you to actually go out and do it. So this is the first really in-depth how-to tutorial. This is exactly what I'm using to charge people $500 a video or 2,000 a month. I know we've got people like Grant and Tim in the community who are charging 2,150 a month, 2,200 a month, and they're doing the exact things that I'm showing in this training. This is exactly what they're doing. This is exactly how they're uh, creating it. This is how they're filming it, and this is how they're scheduling it. Of course, it's up to you if you want to change what software you're using. Maybe you want to use Riverside instead of Squadcast. Maybe you want to use a different video editor instead of Descript. That's perfectly fine, but I want to go ahead and give you a option or a walkthrough on how to do that, right? So check out the training. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. The next couple of trainings coming out are going to be focused on the the social media scheduling, and then I'm also going to focus on editing long form content, video content, right? So that's going to be the original gist of the training. But that is essentially going to be it to start. So again, that's just gonna be the training that was just dropped. And of course, I have more coming. So if you have any questions, of course, let me know. But jump in those trainings. Don't wait. Go ahead and jump in those trainings. So again, the focus of the call is going to be on the $1 million annual recurring revenue route. So what I want to do is I want to reverse engineer, and I actually just did this with a client of mine before I actually got in the call. So I actually want to reverse engineer how we're going to get to that 100 or it's roughly 83,000 a year. So I'll show you exactly how I do that, right? So let's pull up a calculator. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some simple math and I want to reverse engineer how we're going to hit the $1 million mark, right? So let me share my screen one more time. And if you guys have questions, comments, private chat, if you're in the actual stream itself, but I want to show you this very quickly. So calculator. This is how it's going to work. Okay. This is the exact steps I'm showing you here. These are the exact steps that I'm doing to slowly chip away at that $83,000 a month mark. So let's start with very simple. Everybody loves the number 1 million. So let's say we want 1 million. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have enough zeros there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got one too many zeros. So let's go back. Okay, great. So let's take this. And because we're dealing with monthly recurring subscriptions, let's go ahead and let's divide this by 12, right? So divide 12. So that gets us about 83,000 and some change. So we can say, 83,400, right? So from here, this tells us how much money we need to make every month to hit that $1 million in monthly, or excuse me, annual recurring revenue, right? So now we have to say, cool, let's look at our actual ways that we can chip away at this number in terms of monthly recurring revenue. So this is why the SaaS model or SWAS as the upgrade, which is my preferred method. This is why the SaaS/SWAS model is the preferred method, because what I can do is I can say, hey, I need to hit 83,000 a month instead of a million a year. So where is the appeal in that? Well, if it sounds the same, it's not. Here's the difference, right? Instead of me having to find enough clients to hit the $1 million mark, I only need to find enough clients to hit the $83,000 mark a month. So here's what I mean by that. Let's say I'm charging the base pricing for high level, which is 97 a month, right? So if we take 83,000 and we divide this by 97, that means you need 859.1 customers a month. So let's say we need 860 people a month to hit that mark. Let's make it a little bit higher if we have our fees right. So we probably need another, let's see, another 10 customers. So that way we have another 970 because that will cover the high level fees and then Extendly if you have the back end for Extendly, right? So let's just add 10 more. So 870 people, right? 870. That's the number we need to chip away at. Now, this is the difference. Let's say I had a million. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But now I'm not doing this monthly. And let's divide this by 97 directly. That's the difference. The difference is instead of me having to find 10,310 clients, right? Rounding up 10,310 clients of the year, I only need to find 870. And then I need to keep those 870 happy. And again, that's assuming that we're charging at the $97 rate. That's the base package. That's not adding any additional software. That's not adding any additional services necessarily, which I'll cover in a minute. That's not adding anything that's getting too crazy or too into the weeds, right? Now, that number obviously goes down if we are able to charge more. So let's say we're at 83,400, which is the monthly number we want to hit, or we can even say 8350. We'll just leave it here. And let's say now we're going to divide this instead of by 97. Let's say we're just doing 197. And now we need even fewer. Now we're at 424. If we round up, 424 clients every single month to hit that $1 million a year. If this isn't starting to sink in, 423 people is not that many people. That is not a lot of people. Whether you think it is or not, that is not a lot of people, because that 423 versus 10,000 or 5,000 people every year, that's a much more manageable number, right? So again, we're looking at just the base plans or even like lower tier plans, right? And this is where the appeal comes in of having something where it's a monthly subscription. So the question now becomes, why do we want to go with a monthly subscription that can be spread to the masses? Do we want to add high ticket? If we do high ticket, how do we scale high ticket? So these are the questions that we want to cover. So we can, again, we are reverse engineering from the $1 million mark all the way back down to make this as actionable and as realistic as possible. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to sit here and tell you every single one of you can go out and get this number tomorrow. No, it's going to take time. It's going to take a few things that we're going to cover during this call that you're going to have to go out and do. It's going to take learning some lessons that I and nobody else can teach you, but only experience and only your own navigation and your own self discovery of who you are and how you want to do it. And I'll give you an explanation. I've had people in the past week alone, I've had two people who come to me and say, hey, I think I want to go with the SWAS route, but I want to go more SaaS side, which we're going to cover. And then I had somebody just a few hours before the call come to me and say, hey, I love high ticket. I just want to do high ticket. So I'm going to cover that as well. But the fact of the matter is, until you start and until you start trying doing both angles and until you start trying really anything, you're not going to know realistically what is going to be the best fit for you. So if you're trying to plan everything, if you're one of those people who's like, I don't know what I want to do, here's the best piece of advice I'm going to give you. Just start with what I'm telling you to do. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, try something else. And you may realize I actually did like it, even though I thought I didn't. Just do it, right? Just do it. Stop waiting. Stop trying to plan perfection. It's not going to happen. Just do it. And I'll give you a very quick anecdote, right? For a while, I didn't know what business I wanted to start. And for a while, all I did was plan, plan, plan. Meanwhile, at my W-2 jobs, the jobs I was working a 9 to 5, I was absolutely crushing it. And so what I realized when I'm forced to do something, even if it's something I don't like working at a gas station or working for a cleaning company or working for a nonprofit fitness organization or working in any one of these organizations, what I realized very clearly was when I'm forced to do something, I find the easiest, most efficient way to do it so I can get my paycheck in the least amount of work possible, which meant I had to be smart and structured. So imagine if I came alongside you and I said, hey, I'm going to force you to do this business model or that business model. And if I forced you to do it, would you or would you not find the most successful way to do it? So you have to internally create that kind of pressure without having an external force to do it for you. That's going to be one of the hardest things when you're starting a business. When you're working by yourself, you have to internally create that pressure. If you have external factors, it's way more stressful and that may generate or force you to achieve those results. For example, if I told you right now, you have a year, 12 months to have 423 clients. Otherwise, you're done. Like we execute you, right? Something crazy, right? Like your home burns down, you can't feed your family, right? You have 12 months to do this or else, right? Like the gun to your head type of pressure. Do you think you would go out and do it? Well, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you that if you had that kind of external pressure, you would do a lot better than if you had internal pressure that you are failing to create. So how can you internally create that pressure so that way you are a machine every time you sit down to work? I'm not saying you have to grind 24/7. Lord knows I don't. But what I am saying is you have to, when it comes time to doing the work, you have to apply that kind of pressure where nothing is going to phase you. So that's the kind of, I don't even want to call that motivational, but that's the kind of understanding that you need to have. That's the kind of internalized pressure that you need to create if you truly want to achieve success. The mindset needs to be, I have no choice but to make this happen. That doesn't mean that you can't improve as you go, but you have to make it happen. So how do we make it happen? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the way I would recommend growing. This is not the only way to recommend growing, but this is the way I would recommend growing. So we know time wise that if all we have to do is onboard these individuals, all we have to do, let's say all you had to do was onboard them, right? So that means the onboarding at most, let's say it takes let's say 5 days. Let's be dramatic, 5 days. You're onboarding them, you're building the whole website, you're fully bringing them up to speed, right? Let's say that takes 5 days. So 5 days, they fill out a form. You create all your tasks in ClickUp or Asana or whatever project management. You assign them to your virtual assistant, or you and the virtual assistant, or just you if you're starting out. You start chipping away at those tasks. They're fully on board. You send them the email. Hey, everything's done. Here is the login for you, right? So let's say that takes you 5 days, right? That's going to be much more cost efficient than if you, for example, want to do the high ticket route. The high ticket route is going to be longer to fulfill, right? So let's basically what I'm saying is we look at fulfillment. So let's see what we can fulfill the fastest. So when it comes to um, fulfillment, right? We have the onboarding, which is very efficient, or we have the high ticket, which is going to be less efficient. Why? Because with high ticket, most likely you're doing a lot more work, right? If I tell you, hey, can you onboard somebody versus saying, hey, can you build out a whole website, a whole funnel, all my social media, yada, 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 right? So if we're looking at fulfillment, time to fulfill, we're going to do much better with the closer to SaaS route. So I'm not saying SaaS explicitly. I'm saying we're doing a little bit closer to SaaS. We're still in the SaaS field. So what I'll do is I'll pull up a whiteboard and I'll kind of illustrate that for you. But so far, the main gist is if you're starting out and you want to be as quick and as aggressive with this as possible, and you want to minimize the time to fulfillment, the best option is going to be the closer to the SaaS route or SWAS route. So let me go ahead and I'm going to pull up a whiteboard. Let's see. All right. And let me share my screen one more time. So let's say this right here is the chart we have. And let's say over here we have this is going to be SaaS. And let's increase that font size like tremendously. And then let's copy, or we can actually just duplicate this. And then let's drag this over here. And let's say this is going to be my ticket. And then let's do it one more time. And this is going to be duplicate, put it in the middle. And this is going to be SWAS, right? So right here, what we have is this is kind of the chart of fulfillment or amount of work, right? So at the SaaS end, let me zoom in a little bit more. So where we have SaaS right here, what we're going to see is you're going to see that you have the monthly subscription. So this is great. So we love monthly subscriptions. High ticket is going to have a lot of money, but it's usually going to be one time. So these are going to be one, if I can write with this pencil, one time payments, right? So ideally, we want to have a bridge or a connection to these two because we'd love to have both of these, right? And that's kind of where we fall on SaaS, where we're doing these recurring services every single month. Now, herein lies the issue. If you are reselling high level, we are not actually doing SaaS. So this is the issue that I have to share with quite a lot of people. This is the bubble I have to burst for quite a lot of people. If you are reselling any software by itself, so just high level, or if I'm just reselling an email software, if I'm just reselling one software. You are not doing SaaS. Sorry, you are reselling SaaS. There's a massive difference. What is that difference? Well, if I create my own software, then you, to compete with me, have to create my own software. If I'm reselling software, what is the barrier to entry? The barrier to entry is this. I have to, uh, here, let me show you the barrier to entry. Are you ready? This is the barrier to entry. Go highlevel.com, click the 14 day free trial. This is the barrier to entry. I can destroy anybody's barrier to entry with SaaS. Do you see that? So let's go back to the whiteboard and let's figure out a way around this because remember, we're trying to hit, ideally, I would love every single one of you to hit 1 million in recurring revenue, right? Who would not want to have that kind of result? So now what we're going to do is we know that SaaS by itself is actually, this is actually not SaaS because you're actually not creating your own software. You're actually just reselling SaaS. So now that we know we're reselling SaaS, get rid of that. Get rid of all this because we're just reselling SaaS. So now it's not as great as we thought it was. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to take this and we're going to put a big old X through it because we don't want to resell SaaS. There's no barrier to entry. What's stopping me from saying, oh, hey, I recognize you're using high level because I put in your website into builtwith.com. I can give you the same features. I can give you all the features for 97, even though this guy's reselling you at, 500. I can do all this stuff he's doing for cheaper. So it becomes a price war. We don't want a price war. Look at the price of gas. The price of gas, even when they're competing, it's still going to be super, super affordable. So the competition is fighting with each other. If you look at gas stations, they're fighting each other by pennies, right? By mere pennies. We don't want to do that. We want to make money. So how are we going to position reselling SaaS in a way where we can still make money? So again, SWAS is what we want to work up to. We want to work up to having clients who are paying you 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. If you're wondering, is that possible? Yes, that's possible. I'm doing it. I'm charging people. I just got off a phone call the other day where I closed. It was a $6,900 deal, and then on the back end, they're paying me another 3,300 once I finish. It's a month of work. That's great. I love doing that kind of stuff. But when you're starting out, that doesn't make the most amount of sense. But this is, of course, going to be the goals. Like we would love to get into the SWAS field. This is going to be obviously the goal because it is a combination of SaaS and high ticket where you're reselling. This is how we do that. What we're going to do is we want to land somewhere right here. So right here, right? Why? This point right here is going to be where we're still reselling SaaS. I'm not telling you to go develop your own software. We're still reselling SaaS, but now what we're doing is we're putting our own angle on reselling SaaS. How do we put our angle? How do we inject our personality? How do we apply our niche to reselling SaaS? And don't worry, I'm also going to show you on the other hand how you can come in and drop down here. But for most of you, this is going to be the fastest, most efficient way to apply what all of these other scam affiliates are telling you you can do, which is, oh, you own your own software company. No, you don't. But now that you know you don't, let's be realistic and let's find a way to start chipping away at 424 clients or 870 clients because those numbers are not high at all. They're not high at all. If we go, and this is actually exactly what I'm working on right now. So I'll even share with you how to leverage it. But if we come over here and I'm working with lawn care clients, so I'm going to say, I'm going to the search bar and I'm typing in how many lawn care clients exist. Or let's say not clients, let's say businesses. Do this. In Florida alone, 60,000 lawn care companies. Why can't I get 400 of them or 800 of them or 1,000 of them to pay me 97 a month? That's just one state. Look at this, California, another 50K, New York, another 40K. I only need 870 of them to hit $1 million at 97 a month. So let's say lawn care is my industry, or let's say plumbing is my industry, or let's say whatever dentistry, right? What you need to do, let's come back here, is we want to position ourselves right between reselling SaaS and SWAS. So how do we do that? What we're going to do is we're going to create a community. And I'm not talking just on Facebook. We're going to create a hub. We're going to create a community, a hub, an environment, however you want to refer to it, an ecosystem that is centered on this industry aggressively. So, what would that look like? If I'm working with HVAC, that would look like I create a website where all I do is promote HVAC software. And in the HVAC software, I'm not targeting every local business. I don't need that many competitors. I'm going hyper specific. So that way I can charge a little bit more, or at the very least, I can validate my pricing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create all of my content per the step 3 training. I'm going to do all of my outreach per the step 4 training. I'm going to create my offer per the step 1 training. And I'm going to follow those trainings to essentially build a hub for HVAC. So what does that look like? Here's what that looks like. And again, this can be lawn care, HVAC, plumbing, underwater basket weavers, in-flight missile repairman. It doesn't matter. What I'm getting at is you have to be the go-to authority in that space. And I'm going to explain what to do if you have zero experience, because I am crushing it in lawn care and I don't even know how to turn a lawnmower on, and I'm crushing it. And I'll explain exactly how you do that. So for starting, when you are building everything, you have to create the offer. This is the step 1 training, right? And I'm going to go back even a little bit before that. Number 1, what you're going to do is you need about $400 to start. Okay. And let's be dramatic. No, actually, no, 400 is perfect. So you need $400 to start, right? You need 200 that goes to the LLC. That's going to set up everything. All you need is a simple LLC. I'm not an accountant, talk to one, but starting out, just get an LLC. They run about $100 to $200 depending on the service you get it through. As soon as you start doing that, you're going to go to IRS website. You get an EIN. I think you get the EIN, then the LLC. It's been a while since I've done it, but the EIN is free. Then you have the LLC. You register with the EIN, I'm pretty sure. So that way you're having the business bank account. Then you go get a business bank account, which is next. I use novo.co. It's a free bank account. There's no minimums or maximums. There's none of that stuff. It's completely free. If you want to go with a really cool bank account or funding account, the bank account doesn't need to be cool. Let the credit card be cool. So starting out, Novo is free. So that way, if you get no sales for months, there's no penalties. So again, you get the EIN, you get the LLC, you get the business bank account, Novo. If you don't have one, DM me. I'll send you my code. It gives you $40 to start, right? That's almost half of what you need for high level. Then you have $200 left over. That's going to cover 2 months of high level at the $97 rate. You use my affiliate code. If you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching the replay, that's going to get you the 14-day trial, soon to be a 30-day trial. Then you have 14 days. You follow the training where you build your offer, you build a very lean funnel, and then you start creating content. And then you start reaching out to people. And you can do all of this within 14 days. I've had people do this within 3 days and they start landing clients within 3-4 days. So you can do all of this very quickly. And then what you're going to do is, as you're talking to these people per the step 1 training, you're going to pivot and change your offer based on what they want. And one of my favorite lines is, something along the lines of like, hey, what do we need to do to close this deal? What would you like from me to make this happen? How can I make this happen? What are you looking for? What could I provide you that would get you to sign on right away? And just ask them, be nice, be personable, use the step 1 training, use the step 4 training, change the offer. And as you know, use the ultimate downsell. If they don't want anything, just say, cool, at the very least, you want to follow me on social media and I'll make content to help you out with whatever problem you have. So now you have content that resonates with your avatar. You have another follower, which creates social proof. So when people see you, they go, oh, he has X amount of followers. And that's one more than you would have had. And then maybe you're retargeting them, or maybe they know somebody who wants to go with it. So you follow the training, use the affiliate link, hop in the training. You now have, again, this is just $400. And I'm going to tell you guys a really funny story in a second about how I got $500 to start this business. And I don't think any of you will believe it. I'll see if I can find pictures, but it's like one of the stupidest stories ever. Like I wish it were, I kind of love that it's true, but I'll share with you in a second. It's like the stupidest story ever. $400. And then you're going to have to essentially, at the $97 plan, you're going to have, I want to say it's 2 or 3 total sub accounts. You land one client that's going to cover your monthly recurring rate, or maybe you can come in at, 197 or 297. And you essentially try to cover the next package up, which is 297. And then the goal for all of you should be to get on the 497 plan. That should be the goal. I'm not saying that because I'm just saying, hey, use my affiliate code and blah, blah, blah. I'm saying that to say you can start getting APIs, which is going to make a massive difference. I'm going to cover that in just a second. You can start using APIs. You can start using third-party automations, and you can start split testing. Those are going to be massive. And also, you're going to automate the onboarding. four key things that we're going to cover in this training. These are going to be massive in scaling your company. Now, if you have that kind of income where you can jump into it and you can jump straight there, great. Uh, I'm going to be starting a program soon where anybody who opts into the highest plan, I will be doing a one-on-one coaching session with them as a first coaching session for anybody who upgrades. So I'll be making that announcement soon in the group. But once you get to the 497, that is where the magic happens. So I'm considering either doing a free coaching call, or if you use the 497 plan with my affiliate link, I will actually come in and fully build out your onboarding system for free. So again, you pay me nothing. High level pays me, and I'll build out a fully onboarded automation. It's sick. I'm building it out for one of our members now, and we'll make a video on it, and I'll share it with you guys so that way you can see if you like it. But essentially, EIN, LLC, business bank account, high level, use my affiliate code, you get all the access to the trainings, thousands of tutorials on YouTube University. And then from there, you are going to, of course, start with your offer, start with the content creation, start with the outreach. So with the end goal, like you get to the 497 plan, the end goal is going to be the following. If I'm doing lawn care, HVAC, industry, doesn't matter. Whatever industry you're doing. And if you have experience, great. If you don't, I want to tell you right now the secret to winning in any industry. Just pick one. Just pick one and do it. People come to me, they're like, well, my grandpa's cousin's pet fish, he was auto body, but my grandma's left toes cousin's uncle did auto detailing. What should I do? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't know a thing about lawn care. I do from the class, but I don't know a thing about lawn care. I don't care about it. None of that. What I do know is the people who work in lawn care are people that I can relate to. Usually they're veterans or they're blue collar, and I've worked in both industries, and I have a great and immense of appreciation and understanding of them. And that is what works. But at the end of the day, pick an industry. You're going to learn about it. You're going to get more rooted in it. If you know one already, even better. But it really, I promise you, it doesn't matter. So you're going to pick one. This is what you're going to do. I'm going to explain again. If you have no experience, I'm going to explain. Don't worry. But you're going to pick one. What you're going to do is at the 497 plan, you can create custom links in the dashboard. And I don't know if you may be able to do it on the smaller plans, but I know for a fact at the 497 you can. You're going to create custom links. And guess what you're going to build in the custom link? You're going to build an onboarding tutorial, and you're going to have all of these trainings. And so what you're going to do is you're going to record yourself signing up for a free account under your own profile. So add like a 14-day trial, add a 30-day trial, 7-day trial, and you're going to walk through as if you were a client, and you're going to use Descript or Loom, and you're going to screen record. And as you screen record, you're just going to talk over the process. Here is what to do. Here is how to sign up. And that's going to be training 1, how to sign up. Training 2, check your email, and you're going to make a fake Gmail, sign up for your own business, and you're going to go through the steps, and you're going to screen record the whole process, how you edit the website, how you sign up for the A2P. You're going to have all these things. You can even go on YouTube, grab the link, and you can say, hey, here's where you go to find the A2P. In the description below is going to be the official website from the software that we use to learn how to do it. And you can just link the high level stuff. And for anybody who says, I hear this, I used to hear it a lot from people in the group, but I think I've indoctrinated most of you already. But you're going to hear people say things like, well, if they know it's high level, isn't that bad? No, no. Number one, if a handyman shows up to your house, do you care if he made his own tool or if he brought a tool like something like DeWalt or a generic brand Cobalt, right? If they bring their own tools, do you think anybody's going to care and be like, "Whoa, I don't work with DeWalt people." No, who would say that? So why would they care if you're using that software? And so here's what you can do. If they're like, "Well, you use high level?" I do use high level. Here is the benefit. Here is the plus of just owning that. Same goes for WordPress. You're just using WordPress and Elementor. Cool. I do. Here's the plus in saying when someone calls you out on that. Ready? I do use it. Here's the beauty of working with me. Number one, you go to high level or you go to me, it's $97. Number two, because I have the 497 plan, I can actually give you all the 497 benefits, even though you're only paying me 97. So you can't get it cheaper from them. You're actually going to get it cheaper from me because I'm going to give you all the 497 benefits by just toggling on all those features for you. Right. And on top of it, they are going to show you all the technical stuff. So you can still use all the high level resources. But are you ready? I have all the applicable training so you can understand how to use this software in your industry. And that's where that custom link comes in for all the trainings. And if you're like, well, I don't know how to make trainings, look at my trainings. Look at my trainings. Are they anything pretty? No. I'm screen recording me doing the work. If you go watch the trainings I did for the clips, you're gonna watch me working on creating social media content that I'm gonna start posting next week. But it's stuff that you guys don't quite know yet. So of course it's gonna be valuable to you. And if I show you step by step and I say, hey, here's how we do it. Now you just apply it to yourself. I've shown you how to apply it with your industry with this first training. And then the others, so it's what to do. And then the other trainings are how to do it. I'm telling you, there's not a single one of you who's been using Hilo for more than a month who cannot do exactly what I just explained. There's not a single one of you. And you know what? If you're like, I don't know how to do this, guess what you're going to do? You're going to pop open YouTube or you're going to go to what's his name? Is it Shane who does the high level trainings? You're going to pop it open. You're going to watch it a few times, and then you're going to re-record it for yourself. And every time they drop a training, you're going to re-record it and you're going to post it in the training community. That's it. So now what you have, this is why we do it this way. Now what you have is you're not reselling SaaS anymore. Now you are reselling SaaS, but it is applied, it is applicable specifically to their industry. So you tell me what competitor out there is making trainings that are only accessible once they sign up for their software. You're not going to see that. You're going to see people like Jobber and Service Titan, which I'm going to discuss in just a moment. Or you're going to see niche specific software like the not for videographer, wedding people, right? The videographers and event planners and all that stuff. You're going to see people making general content, but you are going to say, hey, for pressure washers, for HVAC, for lawn care, I'm going to show you exactly how to use this software. And then you can have additional training. So for me, for my lawn care community, I teach them. I'm like, cool. Where are you in terms of clients? Here's how we get more clients. I kid you not. That's what I was talking about with one of my clients right before this. Here's how we get more clients. Here's the next step. Here's the level that you need to get to before you can A, quit your job, or B, have somebody else and come do the job for you. And then there's two routes you can, and if you're like, well, I don't know how to do the business coaching. I've done the training for you. Go watch SASO. Go watch the SASO process. Learn how to simplify, automate, scale, optimize. And then as you're working with these people, you talk to them and you figure out where they're stuck on, what you like, what they dislike, all that kind of stuff. And then that allows you to navigate or manipulate the training to more apply to them. Because if they're happy with the training, they're going to get results. If they're going to get results, they're going to stay with you because why would they leave? If they stay with you, you're going to make more money. So now instead of you having to worry about 400 clients a month, getting 400 new ones a month, now you just have to worry about, cool, I have 424 clients. Or if we go with the base plan, I have 870 clients. All I need to do is keep them happy. And how are you going to keep them happy? What am I doing right now in SASO University that is keeping my churn so stinking low? You tell me the problem you have. I create a training. I create roadmaps. I create motivational stuff. I create how to's, whatever you guys need. I turn around and I create it and I say, how do you like it? And people say, I like it. Or could you cover this too? I think this is something where I'm actually stuck. Cool. And here's the beauty of it. This is like the bittersweet thing, right? And Alex Hormozy talked about this in his $100 million leads training, right? Every time you solve a problem, a new problem arises. For example, how do I generate leads? I covered that in last call. Okay, now you're generating leads. How do you close leads? Okay, cool. I close leads. How do I fulfill those leads? Cool. That's a new problem. Okay, now they're fulfilling. How do I keep them? How do I get them to leave reviews? How do I get them to not leave negative? And then every time you do something else, more problems will arise that you have to continuously solve. That's why people love having a business coach in a community because I can help you solve those problems much faster than you learning on your own. And there's sometimes where I tell people, hey, this is something that you can actually pick, or oof, I wouldn't go that route. Let's try this route instead. You can do the exact same thing for your community. So of course, there's going to be much more benefit if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing, guess what you're going to do? You're going to leverage experts around you. So all of you know this. My first client was a lawn care guy. He is crushing it. Guess what? I'm now going back to him and partnering with him. And what I'm going to do is as I'm partnering with him, I'm going to leverage his expertise because as I've told you all, I don't know how to turn a lawnmower on. Most people don't want to listen to somebody who hasn't turned a lawnmower on. However, I have crushed it in the lawn care space. Crushed it. And the way I've landed my first client was I said this: you are great at mowing lawns, you're great at hardscaping and landscaping, and your online presence is terrible. Guess what? I don't know how to turn the lawnmower on, but I can dominate online. So I said, "Wait, let's figure something out that would make the two of us happy." And I said, "What if I make you X amount of money, you cut my lawn for free?" And he was like, "Cool." And I said, "Cool. What's the annual rate?" The annual rate was like I want to say it was like 3,600 to have my lawn cut for the whole year. I was like, "Cool." Eighth week working with him, we made him 28K. Not only did I have my lawn cut for free for 2 years, he sent me a bunch. He sent me like 2 bottles of whiskey because he's a whiskey guy. Gifts I have to this day. Super cool. I've never gotten a gift from somebody who was doing free work for me, right? It was awesome. So you can one of two things. If you have experience, leverage your experience. If you don't have experience, leverage people who do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have him A, vouch for me, and B, he can create content on things I can't. So he's not going to train them through the computer on how to, mow a lawn, but he can say, "Hey, here's some ways to negotiate with clients, or here's some issues that arise." And he and I can talk, and guess what we're going to do? Video podcast. And what are we going to do from that? We're going to post produce it. And that's going to go on a company channel, and that's going to create our content. And then what else I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to get clips online from other lawn care guys and other lawn care tips. And I'm going to make themed pages all under my business name. And I'm going to sprinkle my face in there. And I'm going to create 7 bits of content. And I'm going to, the eighth bit of content is going to be a deep, really deep value. And the ninth piece of content is going to be just a straight up call to action. And then on my podcast interviews, what I'm going to do every 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to mention, "Hey, join this online community," just like I'm going to do right now. If you are struggling, look at this. I'm telling you, I'm doing what I'm preaching, and it is working phenomenally for me. So if you are struggling with reselling SaaS, jump in SASO University. This is a community where um, it was fully created because I was just sick of seeing scam affiliates sell a fever dream. And what they did was they're like, "Oh, here's all the way, like you can just break down the numbers." So all these game fields, they break down the numbers. I'm showing you in this one call alone how we are actualizing this plan. Of course, there's more context in the trainings that I actually show you the how to and what to do. But in this one call alone, we're only 48 minutes into a 90-minute call. In this one call alone, I'm telling you, this is the stuff that the scam affiliates wish they had in their community, because then they may not actually just be a scam affiliate selling a fever dream. So this is essentially what we're talking. So what I'll do is just do a quick recap. So we talked about the need to create training, how to kind of essentially start creating the little bit of training, how we get into the reselling SaaS and how we make it our own, how we add a little proprietary level. Next, I'll talk about how we build a mini community to further build out more trainings. And then I'm also going to cover how to build some resources for them. This is all super, super easy stuff, all stuff you guys already know how to do. And then, of course, we'll do a recap on the social media and how to use that to market your community for free. For free. If you only need 800 people, 870 people, and think about that, we're talking $1 million. That's stupid money. Okay. I don't care what anybody tells you, like million, everybody throws around. That is, you have to understand that the top people in the United States make over 400,000. They did studies on the lowest amount of money for someone to have zero financial issues. It was 220,000. We're talking about $1 million. If you aim for a million and you fall short and you hit 220,000, you're going to be upset. You're not. If you are, you've got bigger problems or bigger insecurities. I'm telling you, this stuff is not as hard when you have a roadmap, when you have a game. So I'm going to take a 2-second break. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to drink a little water. While I do that, let me know if anybody has any questions in the chat, or anybody who's in the live stream right now. If any of you have any questions that you want to put in the private chat, or if you want to hop in and ask a question, now would be the time to do so. So let me go ahead and drink my water and see if you guys have any questions. So we'll keep going. Um, we'll keep moving forward just a little bit. Any questions that come up, I know there's a little delay between the live stream and the Facebook. So any questions, pipe them, feel free to interrupt them. This community is for you guys. So if you have a question that is more pressing than what I'm talking about, spam those questions. That is what I'm here for. That being said, let's keep going. So the next step, right? As you're bringing these people on, you want to start doing some kind of group coaching. The group coaching is going to allow you to retain those people. So we know in the step one training, what we talked about is we talk about essentially pivoting the offer, figuring out what they want in order to keep them happy, right? Step one training. That's how awesome the training is. That's just in step one. In the step one training, again, we're covering that, pivoting the offer, how to keep them happy, right? What we want to do is we want to, once we sign them on, we want to keep them happy. So this is something that people, and I'm talking, when I say people, I'm talking about major businesses fail so often. There's a difference between landing a client and keeping a client. And so many companies mess this up. And I remember thinking this all of the time. I would see as a young kid, I would see like Verizon. You guys remember the Sprint and Verizon commercials and how they would like just be going at it all the time? Noticed that if you switch from one to the other, you would get all these massive benefits. Like we give you an iPhone for free for the year, and the bill would be cheaper, and you would get unlimited this or that, right? And they'd have all these benefits for switching. And what they never had was they never had a reward program for those who stayed with them. So in my mind, if I'm looking at the rewards, why wouldn't I just switch carriers every year or 2 years and just get a free brand new phone, get a free brand new phone? Because as you know, as soon as the deal is done, you go back to paying the main price. There was never any incentive for them to stay. And they still don't have very many incentives for people to stay. Very little, if any. Go watch any of the phone commercials. Go just pay attention to them. And I'm just talking about one, industry, but there's very rarely any incentives for people to stay marketed. If it were me, I want to market not only the benefits to signing up, but also the massive benefits to staying with me. So for SASO University, what do? I'm releasing trainings every week. I'm rewarding you for staying. I do group calls every week. I'm rewarding you for staying. You're having a business coach in your back pocket. Now, how do I make it realistic for me? Because remember, we have some people in this community who pay $25 a month to stay here, right? And you have some people who are free because they're just using the affiliate. So how do I make this worth my time? What I do is I do all my business coaching once. Cool. And then of course you can have upsells, but remember, we're just focusing on hitting a million or even just 400,000, even just 500,000 annual recurring revenue just at the base tier. So I'm not even talking about the upsell. Not even talking about that yet. But just at the base plan, the way we got to keep people is you have to talk to them. How do you talk? Think about this. How do you talk to 500 people a week to keep them happy, or 500 people a month so they don't leave? How do you talk to 1,000 people a month? Imagine 1,000 DM conversations. It would be, you'd burn out so quickly. We have to hire a bunch of VAs. And then it's like, how much money is that going to cost? So what do we want to do instead? We have a group call. So you use a software like StreamYard, which is extremely affordable. If you hear the dog, sorry about that, but you use a software like StreamYard and you do a group call and you invite everybody to the group call once a week, or you can even use a Google Meet, which you can do for free, I think up to an hour. You invite everybody to the Google Meet and you just talk to people. You can have a somewhat of a script where you can just talk to them and say, hey, like this is what we're going to cover. But if you have questions, let me know. And then in the community, you need to have a community where they can actually message you. So my personal favorite is going to be Facebook because Facebook is very secure. I've heard people, you can use Discord, but Discord can get hacked. You can use high level communities. I don't think they're great yet. They may get there. But again, the massive appeal is just using Facebook because people go on Facebook every day. They don't get in your community every day. So just Facebook. Like if you think it's a grandma software or a grandma platform, guess what? This grandma platform has made me so much money. It's nuts. I've been super blessed almost entirely through Facebook. Some TikTok, but Facebook is just nuts. Why would I get off of Facebook? So you create a free group in Facebook or a paid group in Facebook. Doesn't matter. You invite them. The way you entice them is you basically say, I like doing the paid community, but you can do a free and then a paid. But let's just keep it simple. Let's say one paid community behind a pay gate. When they pay for the software, they gain access to the community. So when they sign up, they gain access to the community. They gain access to the training. You can do all this through automations. Again, if you sign up for the 497 plan, I will build this whole thing out for you free of charge. It is absolutely disgusting. I don't know anybody else who's offering something that insane. I'll make a post on it later. Again, I haven't seen anybody who's offering anything. What they usually do is they offer you some snapshot that's been recycled 30,000 times. They offer you maybe a coaching call, uh, or maybe, they offer you things that have just been used and abused and then people really don't care about. What I'm telling you is if you upgrade to the 497, I will build a fully automated onboarding system and community for you. Filthy. It's filthy. Again, I'm building one out for a member. I'll be sharing that, a little video walkthrough and hopefully a testimonial. But I'll build that out before if anybody wants to wait and see what's going on with that. But what you're going to do is you're going to build a little Facebook group. They gain access when they pay for your software. When they gain access for the software, they're paying 97 a month. For 97 a month, this is the lowest here. You can do 197, you can do 297. I'll explain how to get there, but 97 a month. That you hop on one call a week. You hop on your group every once in a while. You record 1 to 5 trainings a week. When I started, I just did 1 training a week, and then you hop in the call to figure out what they like, what they dislike, and you pivot. And then you're going to just engage in your group. So you're looking at 5 hours of work a week. That's it. And then if you're like, well, what about the backend support? Extendly, unlimited white label support, $497. That's nothing. That's nothing. What other software platform have you heard where you get more users and the price doesn't go up? So now you've got high level at $497. You've got Extendly or HL Pro at $497, unlimited use. And you're sitting at 1,000 all in. Then you've got your payment processing fees. Let's say it's 2.9%. Maybe you've got a QuickBooks subscription. So you're looking at like 15 plus. Let's say you use, I like the guided access where they can kind of show you what to do, but they can do unlimited bookkeeping for $200 to $400 a month. Let's say 400. I'm going to be dramatic. I'm going to use the most expensive version of everything. So 497 high level, 497 HL Pro or Extendly Pro, 400 QuickBooks where they're having someone do all your books for you. Right there, you're in $1,400 flat. It does not get more expensive than that. That's nuts. And then we're going to add the automated onboarding where every single onboarding is under a penny. It's under a penny because we use Make, we use open API tokens, which I can show you how to do. We send the, basically they fill out a form. It sends the content. It creates the content, puts it in tasks and ClickUp, which is free. It's free. Or Asana. Or if you want to pay, it's $10 a seat. So let's say you and 3 VAs, right? That's $40. And now we're at $1,440 a month. And then what happens is they fill out the form. Your VAs do the onboarding for you, where they start with a template and then they tweak it using all the prompts from AI. And then you change the coloring, you add the logo using all custom values to keep the work extremely efficient. And that's just in high level. It's just in high level. This stuff is nuts. I'm telling you. There's a reason why next month I'm super blessed. My wife and I have been super blessed since we started this journey. Next month, I'm moving into a condo 2 miles from the beach, just north of Miami. If you had asked me if I would be here last year, I'd probably say you're absolutely crazy. And we've just been so blessed, and it's been amazing. But the fact of the matter is, it's not complicated. That it's just really hard to navigate when you're blind, right? Cut off all the lights in your room, and like have it be completely dark and try to navigate. It's way different. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to cut on all the lights and say, cool, I'm going to show you how to get from this end of the house to that end of the house. I'm going to show you how to navigate a mall in the pitch black, right? I'm going to cut on all the lights and make it easier for you. So all in on the software. Let's be dramatic. And let's say we include 3 VAs at 1,000 a month, right? So we're getting to like you're running 900 people, right? You've got unlimited support, unlimited onboarding, and then they're helping you as well. So you've got 1,000 for your software, 400 with QuickBooks, you're at 1,400, $40 for the seats and ClickUps, you're at 1,440, and let's add another 3,000. Let's say they're really expensive VAs. Usually you'll get them for 500 a month, but let's make them expensive. Let's say 1,000. Again, I don't want to sell you a fee ordering. So now you're all in at 1,340. Was it 13? No, $3,440. $3,440 a month. If you think that's expensive, remember that's relative to you pulling in 800 clients, 900 clients, even 400 clients. 400 clients is still nasty money. And your fees all in are 3,440, assuming you need 3 VAs and assuming those VAs are expensive. I want this call to really show you the map of what I'm doing, what peers of mine are doing, what people who are smart are doing. This is the way to do it. if you're just reselling SaaS and you want to have an angle on it. So the next question becomes, well, how do I make really good training? I already answered that question. It's the next question, but it's already answered. You create a community and you talk to your people. I'm telling you, this video, this group call right here is going to be the group call that probably makes most people the most amount of money, including those who will never interact with SASO University. They'll just see it on YouTube. This call will make them the most amount of money, just walking them through just the basic steps. And once you have your QuickBooks every, I say 3 months or so, throw them over to your account. Hey, what do I need to do? How much can I pay myself? How um, can I set this up to where I minimize my taxes legally so I can minimize my biggest expense? Do I need to be an LLC or S corp? That's where we talk to professionals. I need a terms of service or glue to sign up. Cool. Hop on Fiverr. I need a terms of service. Start there. And then as you scale up, hey, I need an actual stateside lawyer who I can pay a little bit more money to create a terms of service for me. And you just start small and you scale up. The end of the day, when you're lost, you DM me, you melt my phone, or don't DM me, post it in the group. Just melt the group. I want my phone to melt because there's so many notifications in the group, so many questions. I will answer every single one of them. I do answer every single one of them. And that's another thing I say. I'm not going to name names, but look at how many affiliate groups are out there. Look at how many communities are out there where the person who owns a group, they're happy making their money. They're doing nothing to retain the chart. They're doing nothing to respond to people. You have to tag them and they still don't respond. You don't even tag me because you know if I have a post in my community, I'm responding. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when will I see it? How will I respond? If it's more serious, we can push to a group call or we'll push to a one-on-one or I'll try to answer it or I'll have a professional or a subject matter expert, a SME, come in and answer it like a virtual assistant. I will answer every single question because I have answered every single question. I even answer other questions in other groups. I had to stop doing that because I'm like, I'm not helping this group. I want people in my group who are actually making a difference. So again, that is how we're going to be positioning the SaaS reselling. Now, what about getting into the SaaS or SWAS rather? How do we get into SWAS? Well, how you get into SWAS is this. Ready? What we've covered is the DIY plan. This sounds like if we look at the best vertical SWAS fulfillment training. So I'm going to share my screen again because I really don't think people understand that I have all these trainings ready to go for you guys. Let's come over here. Let's go to the left-hand side. Let's go fulfillment. What is this? In the middle section of this training, we talk about the comprehensive marketing approach. What is that? DIY, DWY, DFY. That's exactly how we're going to move towards this right here. So we come in here and this is the DIY plan for your clients. It costs you the least amount of time because it's going to take, let's say 5 hours of your week, right? So you've got one group call, let's say it's 60 to 90 minutes. You're recording a few trainings, answering some questions once a day. You're looking at 5 hours in. That's nuts already. Then you're going to push into the SWAS, where SWAS is going to be your next up is going to be your done with you. And what we can do is let me come over here and I can give a little context. Let me do this. So this is going to be $1 sign. This is going to be $5. It's going to be a little bit harder to charge 6 figures for a high ticket. That's fine. So this is going to be right here is going to be where we go from DIY to DWY. And then we get into DFY. And then we get into, this is going to be DFY. That's an F, sorry. But this is going to be a one time charge. This is essentially how we approach making more money. Let me see. We got a comment. Let's see. I won't read the comment out loud so we don't name names, but yeah, I completely, a lot of people feel that way. So this is essentially what we do right here. So now what you're doing is you are starting right here, the DIY. And again, at DIY at $97, you just need to make, or you just need to reach 420 people. Let's come back over here. I'm going to pop open the calculator again because I don't want people saying like, well, you overinflated my dreams and you made this sound way too simple. It is simple. Simple doesn't mean easy. It doesn't. Look at weightlifting. If I have to pick up 1,000 pounds, you stand up with the weight. That doesn't make it easy. That just makes it simple. So let's come over here. Let's look at this calculator. So let's say we're at the 97. If I can type 97, and let's say you aimed for 870 because we know that'll hit a million. You fall short. Let's say you only get a third of that. So you're at three, let's say 35. I know it's not quite a third, but bear with me. Army math, right? 32,000 a month, 389,000 a year. Of course, you got to remove taxes. You got to do all of that. But this is EBITDA, right? Earnings before income tax and all that, right? 389,000. You're almost at 390. This isn't that difficult. You're looking at 97 people. And we've already, if anyone's like, well, that's easy, lawn care has a lot. If you want to comment your industry, I'll pull up right now how many businesses there are. I guarantee you, if you go hunting on Google Maps and you go city by city, I guarantee you, you're going to find people in that industry without a website. And then it's your job to follow the step 3 training, step 4 training, step 3, step 4, step 3, step 4. That's it. And if you're like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm making this call. Like we are making this. I want to make it difficult for you to fail. If you fail, it's because you didn't listen to me. If you message me like, hey, I'm leaving SASO University, I'll always ask, hey, is there anything I could have done? If anybody, I'm telling you right now, if anybody tells me, well, it didn't give me enough actionable steps, I will virtually smack you through the screen. I'm sorry. I'm going to virtually smack you through the screen. Step 3, how to create a hybrid conjugate social media presence. More and more people are talking about you need to tailor your content for the platform instead of just mass posting it. What have I been telling you guys for months? We don't mass post, that's omnipresent. We don't do omnipresent. We do hybrid conjugate. And then what's next? Well, what if they're more advanced or less advanced? Triangle ascension offer model. I've covered that. Well, I don't know how to reach out to them. Outbound scaling methods. The training is here. You just have to go and do it. And for some people, what I will say is, I've had people who will reach out and be like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I can come in here and I can look at your course progression and I can tell you, well, of course you don't know what to do. You're 2% through the training. 2%. If you really want to know what you would do, you would dive into the training. And then after you're done squeezing every ounce out of that, then you would come to me with a question. So you've got to use the training. It's there for a reason. Um, Somebody asked, what other ways do you know to scrape leads? Don't. Don't scrape leads. Because here's what happens when you scrape leads. You are scraping the same leads using the same tool everybody else is using, including the people that you would hire on virtual assistant websites. And here's why I'm not putting them down. They're always very technically intelligent people. Here's the problem though. Because they're so technically advanced, most of the time their marketing and outreach is terrible. Go look at your messages on Facebook, go to spam, go to message requests for spam, go see how many VAs where they just spam messages about that. I do this, I do that. We talk about this in the training. It's the worst way to reach out. So what happens? You reach out to the same lead, they're not going to respond because they're just going to lump you in with everybody else reaching out to them. The best leads are the ones that have not yet been scraped. So what do? Somebody throw me a name of a city and I'll show you exactly what you're going to do. Throw me the name of a city and an industry. I'll show you live exactly how to find leads. I'm not even kidding you. Richmond, Virginia, power washing. Beautiful. Thank you for actually taking me up on that. Here we go. Richmond, Virginia, power washing. Google Map Pack. More businesses. Look at this. No website. No website. Website. No website. One to 20 of many. Next. I'm just going to go down here and I'm just going to look for ones that don't have a website. That's it. No website. I found 4 already. No website. No website. We're at 6. No website. 7, 8, 9. And I want to find a 10. There it is. 10. You could have held your breath while I did that. 10 leads right there. 10 leads right there. And we know why is 10 important. If I did that 10 times longer and I found 100 leads, we know average outbound conversion rate is what number? 1.7%. If I did that and found 100 people, and I could either, here's my favorite way to outreach. This is a little bit more aggressive. I know I don't talk about cold calling a lot because I hate that people push that on new people. But here's one of my favorite methods. Google Sheet, column one is going to be name. Column two is going to be Facebook. Column three is going to be phone number. I'm going to put check boxes. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to DM them. I'm going to find those businesses on Facebook because I promise you they will be on Facebook before they have a website. There's probably some on Facebook before they even have a Google business listing because you don't have to verify your business for Facebook. You do for Google business. I just helped a client do it. I've had people reach out to me. Hey, we're stuck on this or that. The people who aren't on Facebook, they're not on Google. They're always on Facebook, always on Facebook. Why the step 3 training? That's where we talk about how to find people in communities and how to tell your client to find leads within their own local communities. Step 3 training. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find them on Facebook, or I'm going to find out what you can do is you can call somebody and go straight to voicemail, find out the name on the answering machine. I'm going to find them on Facebook. I'm going to DM them. If they don't respond to me within 2 days, I'm going to call them within 2 days. So every day it will go like this: DMing for 10, 20, 30 minutes, and then my follow-up calls, 10, 20, 30 minutes. All my onboardings I'll do on the weekend when I have more time. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. That's exactly it. Um, and then Jacob is also sending, I can't see the link right now, Jacob, but I think he's pretty much sending like yeah, he's doing the same thing. And then he's sending a proposal to them. So he's actually doing something really cool with that using high levels. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Jacob, but you're using high levels prospecting tool and then you're getting their audit and sending it to them. Yeah. Yeah, and Jacob's killing it doing that. Jacob, if you want to make a little video and show the others how to do it, or if you want to keep it secret, I'll make a video on how to do it. But Jacob is doing a really smart thing where he's basically doing a version of the marketing outbound challenge that we talk about in the community. And what he's doing is he's basically saying, hey, here's what's going on. I can fix it for this much, or we can fix it and bring you on over here. An audit is a really nice way to say, hey, here's all the problems. Here are the negative consequences of having these problems. If you're not ranking for SEO, what's going to happen? You're falling behind every single day. Every single day you're falling behind because we know SEO compounds. And so this actually a really cool segue into a massive announcement I have. I'm working right now. Many of you know a client I work with named Bill. He is a monster in SEO. I'm working right now with him to bring him on board SASO University. Bill is going to, as long as everything works out, if Bill doesn't work out, we'll get another one. Sorry, Bill. But Bill is a phenomenal guy. I go to him for all my SEO stuff. He's going to join SASO University very shortly. And he is going to be creating 10 trainings on local GMB, local SEO, building a website, future proofing your website so you don't lose your Google business listing, so you don't lose your rankings. He's going to show you the tools to use, how to use the tools. It's going to be 10 super in-depth training from beginner to basically perfect. And if you want, you can now, well, not now, but you can then also book calls with Bill, right? So you'll book calls with Bill if you need one-on-one, and you can even white label his service and he will do the work for the client. Of course, it's between you and Bill. I'm not going to say Bill's just going to do it for you. He's definitely not cheap, but he is extremely, exceptionally good. So at the very least, at no extra cost to you guys, you're about to get 10 in-depth trainings on dominating SEO. This is something that if you look up courses on this stuff, I promise you, if you look up courses on SEO, you're going to be coming in minimum $500 minimum. And that's stupid cheap. Most of the SEO courses I'm seeing, they're between $2,000 and $5,000. You're going to get them for free if you're in SASO University. So if you're an affiliate, free, or you're paying $25 to $49 a month. Very soon, also, we're going to have to where you guys can become affiliates of SASO University. So if you want to promote SASO University, you will get your own link. You will retain a percentage. It's going to be somewhere in the 25 to 40%. So you will make almost half of what I'm making just for referring people using the link, and you can make money that way as well. So anybody who's come in at the $25 level, come in at the $49 level, you guys have come in at a steal. As I've been trying to tell everybody, the community is going to go up and up and up. We're going to have more and more stuff. My goal, and this is the exact goal that you guys should have if you're trying to hit that, 1,000 or 1 million ARR. My goal is to make content every week that is so good and so juicy that not only do you win by consuming that content, not only are you going to make money consuming that content, but at the same time, you have to see in the community get it right. And this is way different. Everyone's like, well, he's just selling a course or he's just selling a program. No, because when you get a program, it's here you go, done, bye, I'm out. No, you are getting handheld training. You're getting how to train. When things evolve, we add training. We're adding snapshots more frequently. We're adding walkthroughs more frequently. When you get the 497 plan, we're coming in, we're building the onboarding for you. It is going to be nuts. So and that's going to segue me into the next section. In the next section of this call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover. I see your question, Jacob. Give me 2 seconds. But in the next part of this call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover how we go from a base plan of 97 to a base plan of 497 or higher without you feeling bad for it at all. And this is not a mental thing. This is an actual result thing to where it just makes too much sense not to do. So let me get Jacob's question. As always, I love when you guys ask questions because this is really the best time for you to ask questions and get live answers. So let's see Jacob's question. He says he needs training on how to edit and or how not to leak things that are personal. This is my big struggle when it comes to making content. Uh, do you want to, if you want, you can hop in the call, or if you want to provide a little bit more context. Are you talking about when you're screen sharing something? If it's that, then I can answer that pretty quickly. If you're just talking about screen sharing, sweet. Use Loom instead of Descript. I love Descript. Use Loom. They have I want to say it's a newer feature. Hopefully, I'm not like off on this, but I do know they have this feature now where you can blur parts of the screen during the screen recording. So go to Loom. They have parts where you can blur the screen um, and make sure that you're covering anything that's personal. So you can record the whole thing. Don't worry about it. Then go back through the training, use Loom, and you can blur it. Descript is my favorite tool by far, hands down. That doesn't mean it doesn't have certain limitations. Loom fills in those screen recording limitations that I absolutely love. Does that answer your question or help at all? All right. So the next part of what I want to cover, how do we start charging more? You're good. How do we start charging more at a base plan? So let's go back over to our whiteboard. Let me share my screen again. And for those of you who are like, well, if I do group calls, I don't know what to do. Look at what we're doing. Does this look crazy impressive? No, but it helps me as an illustration to really drive home the point. So the done with you, this is where you are coaching them one on one. It is going to take more of your time than any DIY. So the appeal of having DIY is, let's say I have 800 people. Let's be even lower. Let's say I have 200 people at the DIY level, and then I have like 10 people at the DWY level, and then I have like 2 or 3 at the done for you level, right? You can, as you do this a little bit more often, you don't have to wait till you hit those numbers. You may realize, hey, I like the DIY level more. So maybe I don't want to even offer a DWY or DFY. Or maybe if somebody asks me for DFY, I can refer them to people. Or maybe, hey, I love the done for you. I really don't like teaching other people. I just want to do the work. So then you don't have to have the DIY and you can just come in at the done for you and just focus on that. But the fact of the matter is, if you start with the comprehensive marketing approach, it will allow you to comfortably identify where you want to fall when it comes to those offerings. So start with a comprehensive marketing. It's much easier to cut a DIY client than it is to cut a done for you. If I want to cut a DIY client right now, guess what I can do? I can say this. Hey, anybody in the high level group, you want me to go ahead and send you a free client? And you'll be like, yeah, sure. Cool. I just got rid of a DIY. I'm getting rid of it done for you. That's a way bigger process. So starting with the comprehensive marketing approach is going to be much more ideal. Naman asks, do you know how to send personalized Loom videos without recording a new one every time? Yes, I do. Let me send this to you right now. I have not used the software. However, I have people who use this software business buddies. Just send it to you. It's basically it's behuman.ai. It will allow you to engage with leads. I think it'll allow you to customize videos. It does cost. So here's what I'll tell you. Here's a free version to send a personalized Loom video without recording a new one. So here's a free way to do it. Okay. So Be Human's going to cost. I wouldn't recommend starting with it, but here's a free way to do it. If you want to create personalized Loom videos without recording a new one every time, number one, we're not going to spam videos. So let's make sure we're not doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to follow the marketing outbound challenge, where essentially what we do is we engage them, we personalize the intro, we talk to them like a human, and then we say, hey, would you mind if I sent you a little video marketing audit over? What you're going to do in the marketing audit is, instead of, there's a few ways to do it, but instead of recording your screen recording and then going through their thing, what you're going to do is you can send maybe a voice memo and have it be really general. You can record a general video, and instead of showing their stuff, what you can do is you can say, hey, and watch this. So I'm going to give you a very quick demo of what you can do. So this would be the video, right? I would say this. Hey, we were just talking on social media. I wanted to show you some of the things that my software offers, because when I was looking over your website, I noticed there were some issues with the digital presence. I noticed there were some issues with the social media. So let me show you what we can offer you. So right there, from what I just said, it's very vague and very general. But if I'm having a conversation with them beforehand, then it sounds like I'm just continuing it on the training, and then I'm just showing my own software. So that's a super general training. It's almost like half demo, half of bridging the conversation. Like, hey, we were just talking on social media. I could tell that to anybody on any platform, and it will still apply, right? Naman says, going to use a thank you video when someone books a call and to give them some general info. So let me stop you. You could do the thank you letter or the thank you video, but let me stop you. When they confirm, watch the step 2 training. This is what you're going to do. Email drip sequence for what to expect. You're going to send out a confirmation. And this can be the thank you. You can have the thank you letter like, hey, thanks for booking a call. Here's what to expect. Number one, check your email. In the email, I'm going to send you 2 more emails. So I'm going to have a booked call email, and then I'm going to send you 2 more. The 2 more emails, I'm going to share case studies and testimonials that are specific to your industry and how we helped others in the industry. And I'm going to send you a secret lead magnet, or you don't have to say lead magnet, but you can say, I'm going to send you a secret XYZ bonus or XYZ resource. I'm going to tell you about it. And it's something that you'll receive if and only if you show up to the call. So the reason we do those, so like where I have number one, or I guess number one, my screen flip, where I have number one is going to be where you have your thank you video. So instead of the confirmation email, what to expect, have that be your thank you video. And then you can let them know, hey, you're going to get 3 emails. A confirmation email for the book call, super simple. And then you're going to get another email where I'm showing you other people in your industry that we dominated with. And I'm going to tell you about a little secret resource that you're going to get for 100% free if and only if you show up to the call. So what that will do, Naman, is that will increase your call show up attendance rate. You can't close somebody who doesn't get on the phone. So that's how you get them on the phone. You say, hey, we've done this before. We've done this well. And if you show up to the call where you don't have to buy with us, I'm still going to give you something for 100% free. So that's what I would do instead of just that. And those can definitely be very, very general and vague. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, back to this. So you have the DIY plan. DWY is going to be a little bit more money. DFY is going to be the most amount of money. But what you're going to do at the DIY plan before you get to the DWY is what we can do is we're going to start adding software. We're going to start stacking software. You can only do this on the 497 plan because you're going to have to add additional resources or automations where you're going to integrate it with certain platforms. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're going to use something like Make, and we're going to, using Make, we're going to essentially start doing automations and integrations. So here's what I mean. And we covered this a little bit, but I want to tie that call into this call very quickly. So let's go to automations. Let's go Make. Let's go apps and services. So check this out. We're going to go high level. And let's say I wanted to connect it to Jobber. Does this one have Jobber? No. I know Zapier does. Let's see if they have Service Titan. There it is. Connect these 2 apps. and then I can discover templates, and it's showing different things that I can use to connect these apps. So I can now integrate Java with high level, right? All these different things that can essentially show these, right? So I'm now interacting these two software, and Pabbly is another one Michael brought up. What I don't like about Pabbly is that it's really hard to see without using it. But any if this then that software, so it's called IFTTT, and I'm pretty sure there's one that's literally just called IFTTT .com maybe. Yeah, even more automation. And those are the plans. Look at how cheap these are, right? Unlimited applets, $5 a month. That's so cheap. Let's see if there's any way to see the software. Let's see if they have high level. I don't see high level, but you can integrate all of these different software with each other. Maybe Dauber's on this one. No, so this one has more limitations, but I know for a fact Make and Zapier will have them. Make is going to be cheaper. Zapier probably is one that's kind of climbing up because they have some lifetime plans. But again, it's really hard to see what their plans were. If I'm Pabbly, by the way, I don't think Pabbly will ever see this video, but if I'm Pabbly, by the way, I need to have a way to where people can search the different things to connect. Maybe they have it. It's just not obvious. Yeah, here we go. So let's see. Maybe they have it here. Let's go. Dauber's not there. Maybe Service Titan. No. Maybe high level. So high level's there. So we could use high level. This one's I think is even cheaper, and you can do a lifetime access. So you can connect it. Um, yeah, unless it connects with the niche specific software, it's not really going to be applicable. But if maybe you have a niche specific software here that it applies to. But the fact of the matter is, what you're going to do is you are just going to combine high level using software with the niche specific software. That's it. And so once you're combining it, and many of you know, like, does anybody know Upex for example, where you can add your own ad, you can have a three clicks to run your own ads. Great. So you can add Upex in there. You can add um, uh, Java or Service Titan, or you can add any niche specific software, right? Um, and then what you can do is you can now say, cool, it was not 97, but now we're going to move the pricing up because we're adding more software. And if you're like, well, why would they pay more? Here's why, because nobody else is providing this solution. Nobody else is providing a all-in-one software with a community, with group calls, with trainings. Then you have the base level software. As they make more, you can say, cool, now you're ready to do your own marketing. Now you're ready to do this. Now you're ready to do that. And if at any point you can't do it, let me know and I'll do it for you, or I'll do it with you. And so let me open up Apex. So this will be an easy one. A Play, PLAI is another one that's starting up. So they're another one that's jumping up. So let me share my screen. Jacob said, with you, I'm learning how to make money. I definitely appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So let's come in here to Apex. Again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to pricing. Look at this. So 97 is 1 to 3 clients. 297 is 4 to 10 clients. 4 unlimited. This is why I love this stuff, man. This is why I love it. Unlimited. So let's look at our software fees. High level 497. Extendly 497. Apex max plan 497. You're 1,500 in. You've got QuickBooks 400. Right? They do all your bookkeeping for you. You're under $2,000. You got $40 more. So you're $40. Now you're at $1,940 for your well, let's just drop it down to $20. So $1,920 for 2 seats in a ClickUp paid account, which you don't even need the paid account, but we're going as expensive as it could get. $1,920. And then let's say the VA, because you really only need one VA to handle onboarding. Let's say the VA is $1,000, under $3K for everything. Somebody go, if you know a business owner, go talk to a business owner and ask them how expensive it is to run their business every single month. One employee is probably going to be uh, roughly the same amount, if not more, than what you're paying to run your whole business, and they're paying just one employee. This is why I love this stuff. When I set out to build my business, this is what I wanted to do. My goal was, how do I build a business where I can work from home or work anywhere in the world, where I can dress like a homeless person. I'm at home. I can get up from my desk anytime I want and go see my wife and daughter. I'm in Florida. I can be wherever I want to be. Florida, Virginia is where I started. Moved to Florida. I can go on vacation and bring it with me if I need to. And I'm working 5 hours a week on this stuff. And then I hire a done for you client or done with you client, and I go to 10 hours a week. Oh, 10 hours a week. That's a fourth of what I used to be working. It's a fifth of what I used to be working. How many of you are working more than 40 hours a week? And if you're in school, don't say, well, I'm in school. You're still working. You're still doing something and you're not even making money. I know I was in that position. This is why I love this stuff. I can wear whatever I want. I can dress however I want to dress. I went on a full trip this past weekend to visit my brother in Sarasota. And guess what? The whole thing was a write off because on the first day that I got there, I had a meeting with a client. I can write off the hotel. I can write off the meals. I can write off everything because I went to meet with a client, had a phenomenal conversation with him, and I booked another client at 1,000 a month. And I didn't pay anything to do it. I've made money on vacation. And when I booked him, guess what I was wearing? Crocs, Crocs and sweat shorts and a shirt and a hat. And I look like this because it's my business. And if people want to work with me, they have to accept me for who I am because it's my business. I don't want people looking at me and telling me what to wear or not because I can just tell them, cool, I don't want to work with somebody like that. I had somebody who said, I only work with men who dress and look a certain way because that tells me how they run their business. I do what I want to do and I'm making great money doing it. And I've been super, super blessed doing it. I don't care. I don't let anybody tell me what to do or how to dress because I run my own business. That's the whole appeal. That is the whole appeal of having your own business is nobody tells me what to do but me. If you're smart, you'll listen to feedback and you'll apply it. You're not just going to be like a pompous jerk who goes around doing what they want to do in a bad way. But that's the whole appeal, right? So you can start stacking your software. And you can, again, 3,000 all in is disgusting. Michael asks, how effective are UpHex ads? What does it work with targeting certain demographics? So it's usually location. It's like distance based. So it'll be like, well, what's the distance radius? It's very simple. 3 clicks, you can set it up. Here's the issue with anybody who says, well, UpHex doesn't really work. So number one, the ads are usually image ads. So image ads versus video ads, they're not going to perform as well, but there's still a really great way to start getting into ads. And then you can have training where you can have somebody or you, if you're really good with it, like we have a guy in our group who's phenomenal with ads. He has his company, Wash Wizards, where he is killing it. Jacob with pressure washers, and he is absolutely killing it. We've had coaching calls. I've walked him through this very similar process, and he is adding his own twist and his own personality, and he is knocking it out of the park. Guy is crushing it. Um, and essentially he knows very well how to use ads. So he has training where he just goes into his ad back end ads of Facebook and he shows how to do it. So UpHex is great for those image ads with a certain distance. Here's what I will say. The targeting and the technical side of the ads is half the battle. It's still half is huge. The other half is the creative. So if you have the creative, the converting mechanism, and you're having to direct it at people and you're missing, then what's the point? So the aiming and directing, that's the technical component of like the location, the relevance of distance, right? Location specifically, and then making sure we're targeting the right people. The creative is going to be the big thing. So with UpHex, the big issue that I see a lot of people, because I'm in the UpHex communities, I think a few of you are as well. The big issue that I see people do with UpHex is they go, cool, I'm just going to take these templates that everybody and their mother's using, and I'm just going to run with it. This is the same issue with snapshots. People go, well, I have a snapshot that an affiliate guy gave me. Yes, you and 11,000 other people. Congratulations. You have zero originality. Nothing sets you apart from the competition. And I can come in and steal your clients and you're just going to cannibalize each other. That's all that happens. So when it comes to making those ads and those creatives, you want to show people how to do it. You want to allow them to upload their own templates. Remember, when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's always starting out. So starting out, this is how you do it, right? I want to say Play is coming in where it's going to have PPC. I think UpHex is also adding PPC. But the fact of the matter is, um, stacking the software, making sure advising them, hey, here's the benefits of using this, but there's also other ways to doing it. That is just going to be a stepping stone. So make sure you're applying it in a way that makes sense for you, your client, your industry, all that jazz. So, is UpHex better for the creative or the technical side? It's better for people who are brand spanking new and don't know what they're doing. It's like the Velcro shoes of ads. Are they going to be as snug as laces? Can you design them the way you can, relace a shoe? No, but you can, and you're good to start running very quickly. Hopefully that makes sense for UpHex. The fact of the matter is, if you can stack software, especially software that rewards you for having unlimited, right? Like Go High Level, like Extendly, like all these different things, right? Um, and what you're going to do is you're going to stack these software, then you're going to apply your knowledge to a specific industry, and then you are going to have a Facebook community where they gain access only when they sign up, or a free and a paid. If you do free, you have a lead magnet that kind of invites them in, and then you're just pushing them into the paid community. Once they join, you have an automated onboarding, or you pull up an onboarding call. You get what you need to build everything. You let them know, hey, it'll be done in this amount of time. We cover this in the other trainings. Give yourself some slack. I'm not talking about like, hey, be nice to yourself. No, I'm using the project management term, slack, where you're saying, hey, if I think it's going to take me 3 days, let me say it'll take 7 or 6 or 7. That way, if you're done early, you can be like, hey, congrats, it's done early. If something happens along the way where a 3-day project becomes a 7-day project, cool. You already told them 7 to begin. Jacob says, so many people have got me to spend things that have been over recycled, spent over 5K. Most people have. Most people have. You're not alone. This is why, um, and I'm saying the same thing that I'm sure several people are saying. This is why I started this community, because I can't tell you how many people come to me and they go, I've been spending money on this every single month. I haven't gotten any new clients, or I'm losing money on this, or I can't get past this certain level, or I don't know what to do. I have zero direction because they told me how to sign up, but I asked them, how do I get leads or clients or fulfillment or any of that? And they ghost me. This is why I'm telling people, come to SASO University. If you are under someone else's affiliate and you have zero clients, cancel, come to SASO University right away. We're going to get you straight. I've shown you all the trainings where I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. And what I want to say is, I have trainings coming soon on how to actually do the technical setup. But the fact of the matter is that stuff is all over YouTube. This stuff in this training is not all over YouTube. This is not the stuff that's on YouTube. This is the stuff of, how to make social media content. Cool. Anybody can film and post. That doesn't mean it's going to convert. Anybody can make a high level website. That doesn't mean it's going to convert. So we have trainings going on the technical stuff that you've already seen with the social media stuff. But most people can hop on YouTube and they can search how to build a high level website. That's not what I want to focus on. Am I going to have training on that? Yes, but that's not what I want to focus on. What I want to focus on is, have the setup. This is how we knock down clients. And this is how we land clients that are not only happy to give us their money, they share their wins with you. This is you guys know I'm not big on the emotional, motivational stuff, but this is the stuff that gets me freaking going. When I have people DM me, I had a client today DM me, brand new client. Imram knows what I'm talking about. I think I mentioned this to you guys already. This was a client who I, as a competition, reached out to, brand new client, no Google business, no website. I'm taking this individual as high up as I can as a case study, because I run my own business. And now what I get to do is I get to give back where and when I want to give back. Not saying I pity this individual. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm saying challenge for me is going to go and change someone else's life. This is an individual I'm bringing on, starting from scratch. They DM me today, their first 5-star review. That good. It just gets me going. That is the coolest stuff, because that is like step one of changing their lives. And then we looked at their competition, how many reviews they have. And so we know, cool, we're one step of the way. That's a long journey ahead, but we have a game plan. This is the stuff that actually changes people's lives when you do it right. So we not only want to land these clients, we not only want to learn what they need, we want to meet them where they are and take them to a level of success. And when you do that, they will never leave you. And if they never leave you, then that's one less person you need to worry about. On to the next, on to the next. on to the next until we're knocking down 423 clients, 869 clients, maybe just 10 clients who pay you 10,000 a month. Again, these are numbers that you can do simply by following the roadmap. Not easily. It's not easy. And for everybody watching the training, if you're like, or the call, if you're like, well, this sounds so easy. No, it's not. It's not. Is it simple? Yes. It's not easy. When you're getting off of a 12-hour day and you're having to go and film a video podcast and do editing and you're frustrated because you're tired and you're missing a simple step, even if it's in the training, you're just missing it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating when you do everything right for SEO and it doesn't work. It's frustrating. It is simple, but it doesn't mean that it's easy. It takes time. You got to be patient and graceful with yourself. But the fact of the matter is it doesn't change. You got to get a certain amount of clients to cover your fees, and then you got to be aggressive about it. Talked about it in the last call. You have to make time. If you had to hit 421 clients, 12 months, let's go back to our handy dandy calculator that I'm sure you guys are sick of, but we're going to do it again because I want to make this very, very real. If you need, let's say the 870 number, divided by 12, you need to land 70 clients a month if you want to get it within 12 months. That's a lot. That's over 2 people a day. How are you going to do that? You're going to do it by creating massive amounts of content, promoting massive amounts of value. And you do that by starting and not stopping until you hit your number. And every step of the way that you're aiming for that 870 mark, let's say you're failing, and let's say by the end of the year, you only got 100, almost 10K a month. And then you turn around, you follow the step 6 training. I'm going to share with this again because I don't want people telling me it's not here. And you're going to collect and inject social proof into your digital presence to leverage success stories, leverage people who are doing well, leverage personal stories into attracting more people. If you're at 9,700 a month, you can spend 1,000 a month on ads. You can spend 5,000 a month on ads if you're still working your full W-2. You can take a part-time job to sustain your income and spend some of the business money on getting more clients. This is not complicated. Doesn't make it easy. It just means it's not complicated. I am here to make this as painfully evident to you that number one, if you work at this until you get it, it will happen. If you quit over every inconvenience, it's not going to happen. So how do you get started in the very beginning? I'm going to share with you guys the stupidest story that I probably had. When I wanted to start my business, I followed good old Gary Vee's advice and I wanted to just flip things so I could get enough money to start my digital business. I kid you not. I did this maybe 12 months ago. 12 months ago, I did this. This story took place 12 months ago. And I am now where I am now. And we're still growing. And I'm moving into a condo and it's beyond blessed. That's all I can say. Beyond blessed. It's been insane. 12 months ago, my wife and I went to a Goodwill, several Goodwills. This is a true story. Hand to God. We went to several Goodwills. We went, and what we would do is we pull up the eBay app, follow all the Gary Vee stuff, eBay app, and we would scan things and try to find rare items or just find items in general that we could sell, we could flip. I kid you not. I found the stupidest thing. It was a glass jar in the shape of George Washington's face. Bought it because it looked cool. It was like $1.99 maybe. Bought a whole bunch of stuff, went home, started doing the eBay thing of where we price it. Turns out for $1.99, I bought a vintage, super rare George Washington figurine thing. Sold it, I kid you not, within 12 hours for $500. I'm not even joking. I will find the picture and I will post it in the group today or tomorrow. A glass jar, George Washington face thing. It's like those cringy like mugs people get where it's like in the shape of someone's face for like Mickey Mouse or something, but it was George Washington like mason jar. Sold it. As soon as I listed, I kid you not, like 2 hours later, somebody bought it, packaged it up, sold it. I was like so afraid. I'm like, it's gonna be a fake. It's gonna be fake. He gets it. He's like, no, like this is legit. And I told him, like, hey, it's not real. Send it back. I'll refund you. He goes, no, this is the legit thing. It was like $500 or $600. He bought it so quick, I probably could have sold it for more. I'm not saying you're going to go to Goodwill and you're going to find some rare item, But seriously, you just start by flipping things. If you have a truck, you can start by flipping couches. You can start by flipping little things. Go on Craigslist. I'm telling you all the same thing that Gary Vee and all these other guys tell you, right? Go on these different platforms, uh, find free stuff or cheap stuff, buy it and flip it. You can flip it for so little. Keep it cash only and then deposit it, or you can do it through a business bank account. However you want to do it, right? You just flip it until you have enough money to get started. And we already know you only need $400 to get started, because at 400, you're gonna have enough for your LLC. You're gonna have enough to get the EIN is free. The business bank account is free. Again, if you don't have one, let me know. I'll send you my link. You'll get $40 for free just by using my link. Then you sign up for the affiliate link. I have all the trainings. YouTube has all the how to's. I have the how to's for the stuff that YouTube doesn't. And then you're going to have a 14-day free trial to land your first couple of clients. And then all you need is one client to cover your 97, right? You charge them 97, you're paying 97, and then you have room for one more. And then you land another one, and now you're profitable. And you can keep reselling while you're doing it. And from there, you're going to essentially just go for one more client, one more client. And every time you make money, you're not going to pay yourself. Listen to me. You're not going to pay yourself. You're going to put that money back into the business so you can get the nicer software, and you're going to work up into the 497 plan. And then from there, you're gonna have Descript by that point. You have the 497 plan. You're gonna mass post produce content. You're gonna create content like we covered in the last call on Saturday, Sunday. Schedule it all out using Social Bee. So we've got Descript, that's $30. Social Bee, it's another $35. Schedule it all out for the week, and then you're DMing people, pushing them to your page where the page is converting. Remember, content converts. The conversion mechanism itself, it doesn't convert. What it does is it just locks them in. That's it. It doesn't convert. I know it's called the conversion mechanism. That's just where the conversion takes place. And somebody commented, I flipped used furniture, had a storage fill to the top with that. It works. It works. Is it long-term scalable? Maybe not, but you can flip this stuff off of Craigslist, off of Facebook Marketplace. Make sure you don't get scammed. Be safe, be careful. Do those things in a safe environment where you've got cameras, right? But you can do all of those things. Naman asked, "What about the high level social planner instead of Social Beat?" So the high level social planner is actual dog water. It is not good at all. It just has too many issues with it. What I would recommend is, if you're going to be using Facebook and Instagram, use the Meta Business Suite because it's free. Here's the big appeal with Social Beat. I can schedule categories, not videos, not content. I can schedule categories. So what does that mean? Well, we know with short form content like TikTok, Instagram Reels, that kind of stuff, we know that the life cycle of that content is very short. What do I mean? What I mean is, if I post a TikTok and I post it again a week later, people aren't going to be like, you post this already. It's not like YouTube. YouTube, you post one video, it's there, it's evergreen. These short form pieces of content have a very short half life, or a very short life cycle, however you want to refer to it, where they expire very quickly. So what you're going to do is you're going to schedule a category, and then you're going to put content in that category. So every Tuesday at 3, it posts a video from this category of, let's say motivational stuff or how to stuff, right? You schedule different content types, different days of the week. And what's going to happen is, if there's a day where you run out of content, it's going to go back to the bottom and it's going to recycle content for you. So you don't have to be like, oh, I didn't schedule something. My social media is going to run dry. My client's social media feed is going to run dry. Nope. It's going to recycle that content for you. And you can post to all different types of platforms, even Google Business, even Pinterest. So yes, you can use the high level social planner. I've heard there's some issues with it. Knowing high level, they're going to fix it because they're phenomenal. But to me, the concept of having a never ending, never running dry social media feed is so appealing, and I can market that so easy. And right there, I can flip that tool. And Social Bee is another platform where you can have just a disgusting amount of, of users. So I'm going to go, let me share my screen just so you guys don't think I'm just staring awkwardly at you. So 449, right under 500, 150 social profiles. So imagine you have 150 local clients all wanting you to run their Facebook, and you're charging them. You could charge them $499 or $449 a month to run their social media. One client covers this package. And then the other 149 are pure profit. So this is another way we can upsell. Like, hey, we've got our social media tool where we can run your social media for you. These are all upsells, and you don't have to start there. You can start at 50, and you can charge the first person still 449, or you can charge them 329. You can charge them 179. You can charge them $90. It doesn't matter what you want to charge them. You can charge them whatever you want that you feel makes sense. It says 50 social profiles. So if you have one client with multiple social media profiles, that's obviously going to chip away at it. But when you're working with local clients, you're just going to start right at the one platform because they really just need Facebook. Most of them just need Facebook starting out, right? Some people will say like Instagram and you can see them. Some people will say Instagram and Twitter and Pinterest and TikTok. If you're a local business, you need Facebook. Facebook is going to be your go-to. If you scale up, then you can get more and more accounts. If you want more agency accounts, you can probably contact them and get an even bigger. Yeah, and here's all the features. Look at this. Post per category, 5,000. That's nuts. 30 workspaces, 5 users, all the analytics. Here's that little pop-up showing you how to use it, and then all the different benefits. So that's why I recommend using Social Bee. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Find a plan that works with you. Find a software that works with you, whether it's high level or WordPress, whether it's Descript or Adobe, whether it's Squadcast or Riverside, whether it's Social Bee or um, any other platform or the high level social media player. The fact of the matter is this: have an end goal and use software as the tools to achieve that solution. Remember, we want to sell the solution, not the software, not the features, not even the benefits. We want to sell the solution. We want to sell the outcome. We want to sell the lifestyle. So what you want to do is you want to say, cool, if this is, and we cover this in the Triangle Ascension offer model, if this is the golden standard for them, what do I need to do to help them achieve that? And then let that dictate what tools you use. So high level, the reason I love high level is because it caps out at 497 is the most I'm going to spend unless I get a personalized app. So 497. Then you have, of course, you have your rebilling or software, but 497 with plus very low variable rates if you even use those. Like for me, I don't even use SMS. I don't use SMS. My clients do, but I don't use SMS for my business. So very low variable rates, if any. 497, I'm capping out. And then what I'm doing is again, I'm using Halo because it's very beginner friendly. So I can teach other people, but there are other ways. So I'll say this as we wrap up. Let's say we're working and we want to drop in at the higher level. So I'm going to share our super, super advanced illustration. Here it is. Let's say you wanted to drop in and let's change this color and let's do something a little bit obvious. Let's say you wanted to drop in right here at the high ticket. What you could do is instead of working with an industry or a niche, your niche in this case would actually be the avatar type. So I think Grant had this question. Grant, this is me answering your question you had earlier today. You would focus on an avatar type. So instead of saying, hey, I work with this industry like plumbers, lawn care, electricians, you can say, hey, I work with individuals who run a local service-based business and they're looking to franchise or they're looking to open a new location or they're looking to fully automate and exit. And that's something I do, helping them automate, expand, exit. So that's how you can work with both the DIY side and the done for you side. And you can offer a one-time setup where you build the whole system for them. And then, hey, it's yours, it's hands off. We covered that in the last call. Or you can say, hey, I can do this for you every single month, or I can do this with you every single month. And then when let's say you're pitching this high ticket stuff and you've already done the groundwork of the DIY and you already have these plans ready to go. So now what you're doing is you're trying to pitch up here. And let's say they're like, oh, I can't afford that. Cool. We have a done do it yourself plan where you can learn how to do it yourself. And so for you, if you're like, well, how do I package all these together? I've already explained how to do that in the comprehensive marketing approach. But for you, start at the DIY, get your first done with you client. Then you get your first done for you client, all covered in the training. And then you maybe do some one-time setups where you're building it in their high-level account or their WordPress account or whatever their account, you're building it for them. So that way, if they want to take it and run, cool, you've made your money. They got what they wanted. It's a win-win. But you can essentially, once you start here and you work your way up, here's what's going to happen. As you work your way up, well, that's a little bright. Let's change it. Let's try another color. As you work your way up, what's going to happen? You might realize, hey, I love this one. So maybe I want to stay right here. Or, hey, I like this one and I want to stay right here. Or maybe you hate both of those and you want to stay right here. But the fact of the matter is you're not going to know until you do it, and you're not going to do it until you start, and you're not going to start until you realize that every day you work is going to compound into results. So I'll say this and then we'll see if there's any questions. At the end of the day, I'm giving you additional resources every single week, calls and trainings. I want you to notice, I know some people have work responsibilities and different you know, obligations. So I'm not bashing you if you're not on the call. I'm not gonna be ignorant that way. But I want you to understand there's a clear difference between the people who are going to take action and do something. And they're going to do it until they figure it out. And then the people who are going to be hesitant and they're going to try to plan perfection. They're never going to start. And then what's going to happen is they're going to be like, well, they're going to be the guy who's like, I could have gone pro in after high school. I could have been a famous athlete, but my left knee or, what, don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Be the person. This is the analogy I like to use. Be the crackhead. Be the crackhead. I have never seen a crackhead say, well, I don't have money for crack. I best believe a crackhead will find money for crack. Best believe. If you wanted this to work as badly as a crackhead wanted crack, I promise you, if you aimed for 869 people and you fell short at 100, you're still making 10K a month. If you aimed for 423 people and you fell at 100, you're still making 20,000 a month. And I promise if you were making 10 to 20K a month, you probably wouldn't be in SASO University. I'm not saying that to put anybody down. I'm saying that to say, I too needed a mentor. I too needed a way to make this happen. I I'm doing what I'm telling you to do. I made it happen and I'm still making it happen until I hit my goal. So that's my call for today. If you have any questions, comments, or anything, let me know right now. We'll leave it open for 3 minutes for any calls. Otherwise, that's the whole roadmap. So from start to finish, if you rewatch the call, getting the LLC, getting the EIN, getting the first $400 just by flipping things. Then you start with the community, you start with the affiliate link. It teaches you how to do it. You have 14 days free. You have $200 in your back pocket. So you can go for 2 months and 15 days. So that's 2.5 months. If you follow my training and you actually do what I'm telling you to do and you make time to do it. And when I say make time, I'm talking about an hour a day. How many times are you guys look at your screen usage and tell me, are you really not on your phone an hour a day? Most of you, me included, are, right? And so what you need to do is you need to get on your phone and you need to make this happen on your social media, following the step 1 training, following the step 3 trainings, following the step 4 training. You get them on a call, you follow the step 5 training, you work with them for a little bit, you follow the step 6 training, and then you optimize your entire business following the step 7 training and the say so training. All in there. I don't know how to do it. Follow the fulfillment training. I show you exactly how to find these trainings on YouTube. I don't know how to make content. Follow step 3. Follow the new training I just dropped where it shows you the exact how to and the exact roadmap. I don't know what to pitch. Follow the vertical training. Follow the training on how to leverage AI to land $2,000 a month clients. I don't know what to do for the marketing outbound challenge. I have a resource in there where you just read, you look at it and you analyze their business based on it. I don't have a CRM. ClickUp is free. And I created a little mini CRM in a Google Sheet, which I've shared with you. It's all there. I have questions. I need to talk to someone who's doing what I want to do and they're absolutely crushing it. I'm right here. I'm doing these calls every single week. I I can't get on the call. Cool. You can comment in the group. We like if you want to make it happen, you will make it happen. I don't know how to start with my first website. I have a snapshot. Wait a minute, didn't you just say not to use recycled content? You're exactly right. You're darn tootin' straight. That's why in the training I cover how to make the snapshot your own, how to make it your own, how to actually tailor it when you're first starting out. I'm gonna have more options coming soon, but you can use my snapshot, use the high level snapshots, and you can make this all your own content. And look, I'm going to show you because I'm not like the other affiliates. If you can read this, this says, do not simply copy the snapshot and start. Watch the training and make it your own. Otherwise, it won't look good when your clients find an identical website as yours, and your SEO will tank. This stuff is not complicated. It is simple. So the question is now, are you going to do it? Are you going to make time? When you get no sleep, when you have a terrible day at work, when you have everything going on, are you going to carve out 30 minutes a day to reach out to people? Are you going to carve out 2 hours a weekend to record and post produce your content? If you're like, can you make it that fast? Go watch the training. It's not. I literally make clips. I make 8 clips in front of you in under 5 minutes. It's actually under, it's literally, I'm not even exaggerating. It's under a minute. That's how fast I make the content because I edit one video and I apply the template to every other one. What's your favorite way to get founders on interviews? If you're referring to business founders, the best way to do it really depends on the high ticket level, like how established the business is. But the best way to do it is to leverage any potential conversations you've had with people who have connections, invite them to a podcast, or my personal favorite way is to hop in these local communities. And then from there, what I want to do is I want to use the invite that I've used in previous calls I mentioned. So you basically hop in a group, and what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, I'm offering a 100% free business coaching, number one. Number two, I'm going to interview you and I'm going to send you all the post produced content, which you can use Opus clips to mass crank some out, video.ai, mass crank some out, send them over, or you can edit in Descript for, if you do the $30 tool with Squadcast. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell them, hey, I will create content for you for 100% free. It'll be a video podcast. I'll ask questions. I'll lob the ball. You knock it out the park. At the end of the call, I'll coach you on business stuff. And then once you're coaching them, what you're going to do is you're going to send them the content no matter what. As you're coaching them based off the answers you ask them, you're then going to basically make your pitch. If they're like, well, I got on the call and you're just pitching me. Well, no, you need to apply actual advice that's going to help them, number one. And number two, the first half of the call, I'm going to send you a bunch of free social media clips that you would have to spend $15 a clip for. And you're just going to get those for free. So you can kind of count that as your way of uh, marketing costs, so to speak, or client acquisition costs, however you want to look at it. Hopefully that answers your question. That's the fastest way to kind of get them on calls. Any other questions? I'll give it 30 more seconds and then we'll wrap up because I went way over, but I love this stuff. I want to make sure you guys are taken care of. Awesome. Appreciate it. Jacob, he says he's got his week's homework mapped out. So we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up. Lots of cool stuff coming out. I will make a little post and keep everybody updated. I'm going to end it with this. Find time, make time, be patient with yourself, be graceful for yourself, ask me questions. If I cannot answer the questions, I will bring people into the community. I will pay them my own money for them to teach you how to do whatever I cannot teach you how to do. I know SEO. I don't know SEO the way Bill does. So Bill's being brought in. I know automations. I don't know automations the way Sully does. So Sully is being brought in to teach you guys automations. This university, SASO University, no, it's not a real university. No, I don't care. This is going to be the number one thing that makes you more money than any generic business degree does. This is going to be the way to do it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the calls. Any questions, comments, concerns, requests, feel free to comment in the group. Please ask your questions in the group. Even if you're a little embarrassed, don't worry. I've asked the stupidest questions ever in other groups. Post your questions there. We will help you. Let the community help you. Let's see. We got 2 more chats. Will there be other people hopping on to share their experience? Yes. Bill will be hopping in. I'll see if Sally wants to hop in, if he can make the time difference, but we will have other people jumping into the actual group calls. So Bill will be coming into a group call. He will do minimum 1 group call a quarter. So you guys can harass him with questions and I'll let him know that I'm going to let you guys be harassed by questions. So good stuff and good night. I appreciate it, guys. You guys have been awesome. Again, comment in the group if you need anything. Otherwise, that is it for the call. Have a great night.